The final countdown has begun. We are now just 36 hours from a global economic fracture. Focus on the date. It is December 31st. When the calendar turns, we aren't just starting a new year. We are crossing into a new financial reality. The moment the clock strikes midnight on January 1st, a 24-hour grace period begins. And when that ends on the morning of January 2nd, China's export ban on silver becomes absolute law. But the shockwave isn't coming. It's already here. The market we warned you about has not just split. It has shattered. Right now, as we speak, there is no single global price for silver. The market has fractured into three separate, competing realities. If you're checking the price on your standard finance app, you are being shown a phantom. You are looking at a ghost from a world that no longer exists. Let me show you the three-tiered reality that emerged in the last trading session. The first tier is the price of desperation. This is the Shanghai Futures Exchange. Their final session of the year settled at a stunning $84.55 per ounce. This is the price the world's industrial heartland is paying. The entities that actually use the metal are in a state of pure strategic panic. They are paying any price to lock down physical inventory before the export gate slams shut in 36 hours. The second tier is the honest physical price. In the trading hubs of the Middle East, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, confirmed live trades are averaging 79.60 hours. This market is tight, not panicked, but it is demanding a severe premium. It tells us that even outside the direct zone of the ban, real silver trades nearly $8 above the so-called spot price. Then we have the third tier. This is the phantom price, the paper exchange price in New York. It is currently listed at 72.15. Do the calculation. Shanghai at 84.55, New York at 72.15. That is a divergence of $1,240, a 17% premium. I need you to grasp how utterly broken that number is. In any normally functioning market, a spread like that on a fundamental commodity is physically impossible. Arbitrage traders exist to exploit and close such gaps. If they could, they would buy every ounce in New York at 72 and sell it in Shanghai for 84, making instant billions. But they are not. The gap is not closing. It widened from $5 yesterday to over $12 today. Why? Because the arbitrage bridge is gone. The traders know they cannot physically move the metal from west to east before the January 2nd deadline hits. The logistics are impossible. New York has become a paper island, adrift in an ocean of physical scarcity. So when you see $72.15, understand it is a fiction. It is the price of a digital promise nobody believes. The real world of factories, solar farms, and national stockpiles is transacting at $84.55. That is the true price. The $12 lag tells you the paper market has lost its authority. It is no longer the leader. It is the laggard, desperately suppressing a truth it can no longer contain. But this price chasm is merely a symptom. The underlying disease is far more critical, because while the price is fractured, the demand for physical delivery has just gone vertical. We just received the delivery notices from today's session, and they confirm a catastrophic run on the vaults. Do you recall yesterday's pitiful volume? We highlighted that out of billions of paper ounces traded, a mere 69 contracts demanded actual metal, a trivial 345,000 ounces. It was proof the market was all speculation. Today, that farce is over. We have uncovered a second massive liquidity injection that occurred quietly during the New Year's Eve celebrations. Let's examine the nearly $6 billion secret bailout keeping the lights on. You may have thought yesterday's $3 billion Fed operation was a one-time fix. Data from this morning proves the bleeding is not stopping. It is accelerating. We have confirmed a second emergency repo operation today, December 31st, for $2.8 billion. Combined with yesterday's $3 billion, that is $5.8 billion in emergency liquidity pumped into the banking pipes in just 48 hours. $5.8 billion. That is enough cash to buy roughly 80 million ounces of silver at the suppressed paper price. The banks burned through it in 2 days just to remain solvent. Why the desperate need for cash? Because of that delivery spike. When those 1,047 contracts stood for delivery, the banks on the other side, the J.P. Morgans, the Citigroups, were caught in a liquidity vortex. They are short paper, but now owe physical. To settle, they have two awful choices: deliver from their own dwindling vaults or buy metal on the open market immediately. The open market is broken. If they buy in Shanghai, they pay $84. If they buy in the UAE, they pay nearly $80, but they sold the contract at $72. They are locking in a massive instant loss on every ounce delivered. This incinerates their cash reserves, so they sprint to the Fed's repo window to borrow billions to cover the spread. The $5.8 billion is the direct cost of the market fracture. It is the price tag for keeping the paper game alive one more day. We are seeing the stress fractures appear. Whispers from trading desks indicate J.P. Morgan has quietly added $400 million to loss provisions for its commodities book overnight. You don't do that for a mild headache. You do that when a hurricane is hitting your portfolio. Citigroup insiders report unprecedented delivery requests clogging their systems, causing administrative delays. Bank of America is extending delivery timelines from 2 days to 2 weeks for large orders. Why? Because they are scrambling to source metal they do not have. This is a classic bank run. Not on dollars, but on silver bars. The banks are insolvent in metal. They have the freshly printed dollars, but dollars cannot be minted into silver. This is the fatal flaw. They believed paper leverage could control the price indefinitely, but leverage is a two-edged sword. When it reverses, it destroys the holder. And the timing, New Year's Eve, when markets should be quiet, proves the panic is acute. They could not wait. This $5.8 billion bailout is the invisible proof of a crash. The screen price says $70, suggesting calm. The Fed's balance sheet says $5.8 billion, revealing an inferno. They are hosing down the blaze so the public doesn't see the smoke. But the smoke is everywhere, if you know where to look. And while New York banks burn cash, the situation in Shanghai has escalated from a strategic withdrawal to a total depletion event. We discussed 41 tons vanishing yesterday. Today's data is worse. The drain has doubled. Let's examine the 84-ton vacuum that has pushed Shanghai's inventories to the brink. The Shanghai Gold Exchange Clearing Report confirms an additional 43 tons were withdrawn today. Combined with yesterday's 41 tons, that is 84 metric tons of silver removed from exchange-registered vaults in 48 hours. That is roughly 2.7 million troy ounces gone, loaded onto trucks and vanished into strategic reserves. Normal daily withdrawals are 2 to 3 tons. We are seeing over 40 tons per day, a 1,400% increase. This is not industrial consumption. This is panic hoarding by entities with inside knowledge. The total registered inventory has crashed from 755 tons to 727 tons in 2 days. At this burn rate, the exchange will be mathematically empty in less than a month. Markets don't drain to zero linearly, they snap. When inventory dips below a psychological level, say 500 tons, the panic will go exponential. We are at the start of that curve. Who is taking this metal? Not retail buyers. This is the state, the battery giants, the solar conglomerates. They are engaging in preemptive resource capture. Every ounce that leaves that vault is an ounce permanently removed from the global available supply. Western banks, short millions of ounces, are watching this drain in horror. They hoped China might export to ease the pressure. China is doing the opposite, locking it down. This 84-ton vacuum is the physical manifestation of the $12 price split. Why $84 in Shanghai? Because only 727 tons remain, and everyone needs them. Why $72 in New York? Because no one believes the paper exchange has the metal anyway. This is an inventory crisis in real time. You can print dollars to bail out a bank, but you cannot print 84 tons of silver. The paper price is a ghost. The physical market is the reality, and this hoarding virus has spread from state vaults to corporate boardrooms. The industrial panic is now a boardroom reality. For decades, global manufacturing operated on just-in-time supply, ordering only what you need for the week ahead. That model died today. Giants like Samsung and Tesla now realize just-in-time is about to become not-in-time. We have credible reports Samsung has issued emergency orders to secure a 6-month silver supply. They usually hold 2 weeks' worth. Overnight, they decided to hold half a year's consumption. They are taking massive future demand off the market today. Why? They see the same data, the 84-ton drain, the export ban. Without silver, they cannot make circuit boards or screens. For them, a $10 premium is irrelevant. The cost of zero silver is bankruptcy. Tesla's procurement division has reportedly issued memos authorizing buyers to pay above spot for immediate physical delivery. When Tesla ignores the spot price becomes meaningless. They are bidding against Samsung, who are bidding against Apple, who are bidding against Chinese solar giants, all fighting for a shrinking pie. China controls 80% of global solar panel production, and the new technology uses 50% more silver. What are they doing 36 hours before their own export lockdown? They are vacuuming the domestic market. This is strategic resource warfare disguised as market activity. But this disconnect isn't just in corporate suites. It's on Main Street at your local coin shop. If you think silver is $72, try to buy an ounce for that price. You cannot. The street price has completely decoupled. The premium on a standard American Silver Eagle coin has exploded to over $12. That puts the real cost at roughly $84. Sound familiar? It's the Shanghai price. Canadian maples command a $10 premium. Generic rounds, typically 90 cents over spot, are now $8 over. An 800% increase in the cost of acquisition. This is the market screaming. Dealers know they cannot replace inventory at the paper price. They are pricing in the future shortage. Major wholesalers are halting sales, listing out of stock or pre-order 6+ weeks. 6 weeks in this volatility means the supply chain is frozen. So, to summarize, Samsung is hoarding 6 months of supply. Tesla is paying any price. China's solar sector is draining its own vaults. And your local dealer charges an $12 premium just to part with a single coin. The entire world, from CEO to stacker, is voting with their wallet. Their unanimous verdict: silver is worth $84, not $72. The only entities trading at $72 are algorithms that never take delivery. But as we saw, even paper traders are now demanding delivery. They are trying to cross a bridge that is already ablaze. You cannot manipulate a factory that needs silver to operate. We are 36 hours from the official new world. But judging by these premiums and panic buys, the new world is already here. The price has reset to $84. The paper scoreboard just hasn't updated. On January 2nd, it will update violently. In these final moments, let's walk through the next 36 hours. Phase 1, the last train. We have under 12 hours before global markets close for the holiday. This is the final window for paper shorts to cover and for you to secure physical metal. Watch for one last violent price smash or spike. Once the bell rings, the doors lock. Phase 2, the void. Thursday, January 1st. Markets are dark, no tickers. But this will be the most stressful day for bullion bankers. They will be in emergency meetings, staring at the 84-ton hole and 147 delivery notices, realizing they must find 9 million non-existent ounces by morning. The industrial panic will go into overdrive in the dark, with off-market deals at staggering premiums. Phase 3, the reckoning. Friday, January 2nd. The opening bell. The export ban is law. I forecast a historic gap-up open. New York cannot open at $72 when Shanghai is at $84 and supply is cut off. We could see 70 hours, $80, $82 in seconds as algorithms try to close the gap. But the real danger is force majeure. Watch for dealers and suppliers declaring they cannot fulfill contracts, offering cash settlement instead. But who wants $72 back for an asset now worth $84? This is when the lawsuits begin and the paper market loses all credibility. The premium spread could hit 15 or 20. The spot price will become a museum relic, a number with no connection to metal you can hold. We are witnessing the final wealth transfer. For decades, wealth was siphoned from physical holders via paper leverage. Now, gravity takes over. China removed the supply buffer. The Fed exhausted the liquidity buffer. Industry exhausted the inventory buffer. There are no buffers left, only supply and demand's naked truth. So my final message, do not fear red candles on a screen. Pity those selling real assets for paper being printed by the billion to cover bank failures. You are on the right side. You hold what Samsung needs, Tesla needs, and China hoards. You hold what cannot be printed, hacked, or defaulted on. The era of paper silver ends now. The era of strategic silver begins at the open. The 36-hour countdown is on. Hold fast. And if this analysis has clarified the coming storm for you, please support this channel by hitting the like button and subscribing to Winds of Thought for unfiltered clarity.